If you can find someone that looks at you the way Beta looks at Alpha, you hold on to that person and you don't ever let them go. Really quick, just in case you don't know this, we're getting one more episode of this season of The Walking Dead, and then the finale is being delayed due to current circumstances of something we're all dealing with that we're not allowed to talk about in videos. But yeah, the finale is going to premiere sometime later in 2020. We don't know exactly when yet, so just a heads up on that. Okay, so with that out of the way, I don't really think we needed the flashback with Carol visiting Negan in jail to make the deal. I feel like everybody got that when Negan came to her with Alpha's head and she goes, "Oh, about time." I feel like the average adult could have put two and two together and went, "Oh, okay, Carol was the one that released him from the cell to kill Alpha. Makes complete sense." Really didn't need that flashback. Actually, I'm thinking about some of the things I see in my comment sections of my review videos, and never mind, I take that back. We absolutely needed that flashback. I'm sorry for even thinking otherwise. Sometimes it gets stupid. I said this maybe 2 reviews ago. I really think Negan's saviors were one of the smartest ways to live in the post-apocalypse. I'm not saying it was right. I just feel like out of all the groups we've seen, he had a good system in place. Now, did he go too far in a few places? Yeah, sure. But the guy also had a code. You know, you don't do the R word to women, you don't kill anyone that doesn't need to be killed, and you don't mess with kids. So, yeah, a little extreme in what he did, but he genuinely thought he was doing the right thing and helping people survive. And if you have not seen Negan's backstory, I would read that comic. It is really, really good. I don't remember anymore what it's called. I just remember I wrote a script after reading the Negan backstory comic, and then I never released that video because, of course, I didn't. Who knows with me. But talking about comics, I feel like in the main Walking Dead comics, Negan's end is kind of where we're going to see this Negan in the show go to, even though they've tweaked his character quite a bit and made changes to him. It's like Carol said, no one's really going to accept you if you kill Alpha. Okay, maybe they might, but with all the death and destruction that came with Carol's fuckery, there's no way, even with killing Alpha, that Negan is going to be wholly accepted. Which is part of why I liked him finally admitting to Daryl, hey, yeah, I did actually enjoy being with the Whispers for a while, so maybe that's why it actually took me that long. I was stuck in this cell for so many years, and all of a sudden I was important and needed again, because at Negan's core, he wants to be important and needed, and due to things that happened to him in the beginning of the apocalypse, he was led to a very fucked up path, I guess you could say, without spoiling it. Go read his backstory. Although I did like him blowing up on Daryl of, "What's with you people, me not doing things fast enough?" That was pretty cute. Ooh, also him calling Carol Daryl's girlfriend, the look on Daryl's face was, oh yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Lastly on Negan and Daryl, God, those Whispers were dumb. Did anyone think that Negan wasn't going to turn on them when they're like, "Oh, you killed Alpha, so now you're Alpha"? And Negan's like, "Oh, hey, let me have that cool gun." And, "Oh, hey, Daryl, get on your knees because I'm about to shoot these assholes and I want to make sure I don't accidentally hit you." It's kind of a dumb moment. Maybe the writers wanted us to know what was going to happen, but we're like, "Oh, hey, look how stupid people in cults are." Now, how Beta looked at Alpha even when she was on the undead, they're soulmates, people. Although I feel like Beta just really wants to be a beta. Or a simp, right? That's what we're calling men now to demean them. Sorry, it's really hard to keep up with what we're disparaging men with from week to week. It's an onslaught of terms. And I'm getting old and I just can't keep up with it. So I'm sorry if I'm ever out of date with my insulting towards a specific gender. Oh my gosh! when Beta was pushing that guy towards Alpha and being like, hey, listen to her, can you hear what she's saying? And you knew that fucking undead Alpha was going to bite him, and it was so cool. That was the type of scene where you knew exactly where it was going, and you were just waiting for it with excitement. Or at least I was, but understandably, I have some issues. I liked Beta going to his room and seeing the poster of how he used to be a country singer, and that's why the guy recognized him, and him coming up with the plan, especially after he ripped off his face, and then he took some of Alpha's skin to make a little portion of the mask he ripped off. That was so creepy and so awesome, seeing him with a little bit of Alpha's skin as he's leading the undead to most likely just wreck Alexandria. He is pissed. His soulmate was taken away, guys. He's going through a thing. Eugene, Ezekiel, and Miko going on the little adventure to meet up with the lady. I enjoyed that more than I thought I was going to. I wasn't really enjoying the storyline with the others so much. It was just kind of like, okay, you're heading to Alexandria because Hilltop is absolutely destroyed. Although what I didn't like was that horse being bit and killed. That was just so awful. I hate it when I see animals die in shows. Humans? Yeah, kill those fuckers. Don't hurt the animals. Fucking loved them going into the city and the area with all the walkers dressed up and handcuffed to their respective areas. And it was just like, you've ever been to one of those old-timey or themed villages in an amusement park? And it just reminded me of that. And it was so cool. Also, I loved that girl. Oh my God, hi! I'm actually really interested in seeing her next episode and what's going on with her and maybe more of her wonderful Funland park that she's created. Oh, and Ezekiel laughing was the highlight of those scenes, that he just found it absolutely hilarious, which it is. Lastly, let's talk about Carol. Carol, I get her point of view. She has caused way too much, so she needs to just walk away. She's caused too many deaths. She's caused Hilltop to be destroyed, and I'm really happy in the end she went back to Alexandria to meet with Daryl and walked past him in there. And I'm kind of hoping maybe there's some steps for Carol to kind of calm down and stop being such a psycho. I understand why she's the way she is, and I understand she needed to do what she did, but a high price came to it, and there needs to be some sort of retribution, I think. I'm not saying revenge or payback is a good thing, but I feel like Carol owes the communities quite a bit, and she needs to make up for it. It was nice to see Sophia being mentioned again, and also, man, seeing Alpha following around Carol is just the ultimate thing of when we say don't let someone live rent-free in your head, which we see with a lot of people. I mean, I've been guilty of that before. I say that to people. If you hate a certain YouTuber or YouTube channel, don't follow them, because every time their video pops up in your feed, you clicking on their video and downvoting or leaving nasty comments only helps them and helps their videos. YouTube just sees any interaction as interaction, and it's just hurting you because of the psychological processes that go on by seeing something that you don't like or upsets you. So it's just, don't let these people live rent-free in your head. And I used to follow a channel for a while that I didn't like, but they gave good information, and it got to a point where I was like, I just don't like you so much that even though you have this great information, I can't do this. So it's kind of cool to see that in The Walking Dead of, you know, Alpha just living rent-free in Carol's head, and then Carol finally going, yeah, okay, I need to go back. I need to find a way to get over my issues. What do you think that Carol really wants? Alpha kept saying, I know what you really want. What do you think it is? Let me know in the comment section down below. Besides that, like, subscribe, and let me know what you thought about this episode. We have one more episode to go, and then the finale will be sometime later this year. Hopefully sooner rather than later, but you know, I understand. I'm not freaking out on anyone from not being able to get stuff out when they were supposed to. I feel like 99% of people could understand that. You always have the 1% that's an asshole, but you can't help those people.